What are we talking about today? We are talking about the Bitcoin wave. Just like how fast the mobile wave took over from a FANG standpoint, that's the mobile wave. It's just like going from 3 buttons all of a sudden to 5, and you're like, Chang, I think I can almost see your dick, okay? WTF, but we're getting ready for one thing. What is that? Miami, which is what? What are we gonna do in Miami? We are going to be a part of the Bitcoin wave. Unfortunately, Michael Saylor, he's not writing that book for you. We've asked, okay? I've been taking notes, okay? Notes upon notes upon more notes, okay? He's not going there. He's not gonna execute for you. I'm going to execute it for you, just like I executed Emily Chang's party, just like I executed O'Malley's shiitake, just like I asked Gabe Rivera at TechMeme, hey, you want me to help you execute? Just like I execute Mike Arrington's party. Real world events. It turned out it made you a little bit of money, and you thought I was creepy bringing a stacks of pizzas over to your house, right? That was scary. But thank you for Mike Arrington for doing the George Gilder, Tim Draper event. And also thank you so much for being so nice to Tim Draper, telling him that he's a good looking guy, telling him that he gave you the idea to do that coin venture fund on top of your existing venture fund. So you're making money on top of money on top of money, where you're stacking venture funds. And I'm just a fiat miner right now, just mining fiat. But we're part of the Bitcoin wave, chapter 1. The Bitcoin wave. Chapter 2, computers. Chapter 3, paper. Chapter 4, entertainment. And what could be more entertaining than Larry Chang quoting Michael Saylor's chapter 4, the mobile wave, but just replacing every time he says mobile, I say Bitcoin. So the mobile wave, all 10 chapters, married up with about 75 Michael Saylor interviews, where I ripped 2 APIs into ripping 11 APIs. Let me explain. So the 4 APIs, the 5 APIs, the 11 APIs, the APIs are this. This API is the Michael Saylor mobile wave, that book that you didn't read, and Michael Saylor is kind of mad at you because I got a feeling Michael Saylor's got a crap ton of books, okay? He's got a crap ton of books. Load it up, okay? We're going to 4 buttons because, like, I'm gonna hold out on you a little bit because you guys aren't engaging as much as I'd like. This protocol, this application protocol interface, which is what an API is, which is actually what a Bitcoin is, okay? It's a prepaid API token, right? You knew this. You're all good. This API is the API of Michael Saylor's book. This API, what is this API? This API is all those interviews that you did not listen, okay, and take notes on, okay? Look at this, it looks like a ream of paper, trees that I killed. But guess what? Paper does grow on trees, and I took notes for the Michael Saylor interviews. I also ripped the Chad Hurley and Steve Chen and that 3rd University of Illinois dude who dropped out, and oops, you should have texted me before you pooped your Levi's at Urbana. No poo-poo pantsy, okay? You stay in that turd business called YouTube, okay? So I DJ the YouTube API with the Michael Saylor API. The mobile wave, look, these are the chapters. I wasn't messing around, okay? I was not messing around. Look, these are the things. These are the notes. Chapter 5, wallet, okay? I'm not reading these, I'm memorizing them. Chapter 6, okay? The social network of money. Have you heard that before? Yeah, you have, okay? Social network of money. You've also got more chapters. More chapters include monetary, right? Including including a new world and more new world, which I have, and I will sell you all chapters, okay, as the executive producer of my book with 5 co-authors that I've since forgotten because I don't know where they are, but it doesn't matter. We decentralized the book. Sound familiar? Just like Steve Kerr, okay, decentralizing his team. It's 15 co-captains. One of the dudes foul out, there's a co-captain on the floor. Oh, Steve Kerr's your general on the floor. Well, guess what? Steve Kerr, he doesn't start, okay? Sometimes he doesn't start, so he's gonna need for his teammate, Scottie Pippen, whose phone number you can actually guess if you can do any rudimentary thinking, okay? Any basics. I can't believe I forgot that chapter 7 was medicinal, because the orange pill is a jagged little pill. And do you realize that with the slowness of our interaction, I'm up to 3 buttons now? Alex, I'm up to 3 buttons now. Why? Why am I up to 3 buttons? Because I'm holding out on you because you're not taking paper notes. So maybe you should find some pen and paper, okay, and locate not your confidence, because you don't have any confidence, right? You don't have any confidence. And you're wondering, hey, how does Larry Chang have this much confidence in talking about the Bitcoin wave? Do you even code? Gary Tan mentored me that if I learned, this is at Mark Eisenstadt and Josh McFarlane's party, Christmas party, not holiday party, Christmas fucking party, said, Larry Chang, you'd be unstoppable if you knew how to code. That's funny, right? That's funny on at least 3 levels. Now 6 levels of funny. A couple of them is I code, okay, but do I want to code for Tran, okay? No, I've dated a Vietnamese girl before, okay? She was very Vietnamese. That's why when Chris Larson married Vietnamese and Michael Burry married Vietnamese, how do you not text me back? You're making basic problems. I mean, Chris Larson, XRP, it smells like a security, okay? So I'm sorry it's a security. But you know what? All that work that I did with Elon, all that work that I did with Prosper, and I even made a movie that I pre-sold the script for at Sundance, okay? Prosper Ass. So I decentralized the book. There's me and 4 female co-authors, of which names I've forgotten because it feels like I'm the only one writing the book, which is why we did a 5-way proprietorship as per lecture 6, Engineering 145, a 5-way proprietorship. Because why incorporate when 2 to 5 founders are gonna just quit their YC company without selling dollar number 1 and then just go to Stanford and Harvard Business School, or their backup school, Yale, or University of Chicago. Actually Hyde Park's turned around. I did a speaking gig there. Their business school, it seems like it'd be in crap location, but it's right across the street from my property that I did a shit turnaround on. The Bitcoin wave. And now that we've accomplished so much with rehashing that chapter 7 is medicinal and the orange jagged pill is tough, and obviously education, chapter 8, and then it's a new world, and then how to exist in a Bitcoin world, which is how to exist in a mobile world. Now we can just relax and chill. Even though this video has been less than chill, right? I've showed you how to front run my Bitcoin wave book that I'm going to be launching in 2035, okay? But I'm going to be releasing all the content for free, completely decentralized, just like a decentralized hedge fund. just like a decentralized book, which is what this is, completely open source. And also, hashtag CS183law, hashtag CS183, just like the Peter Thiel class. Peter, you're welcome, okay? You never say thank you, but you know what? I don't do it for the thank yous, okay? I do it for the giggles and the poops, okay? The giggle poops. I can say shits now, I guess. The shits for giggles, the giggle shits, okay? Because I enjoyed watching you wallow in shorting the housing market in 2005. Like, why didn't you just tell me, okay? I would have saved you from losing $2 billion. Although, I hear through the grapevine that your self-directed IRA is at $96 million as a 55-year-old, which you have 65-year-old knees, so congratulations, because you're gonna need that money to like redo knees. Do you not have one other Chinese friend who can tell you that you need to like take care of your ankles and your knees, okay? You can't be arthritic at 50 plus, okay? You need to be limber, okay? My body of work, mentorship, okay? Steve Kerr, look, he went ahead with the surgery and I begged him not to, okay, I begged him, but he's super well recovered. And in the vein of Steve Kerr, Tom Brady, okay, there's Brandon Beck and Chris Bubich, right? Chris, Stanford University baseball, he cooks food in the room. Maybe you should watch your diet, Mr. Thiel. Maybe you could have been thankful because CS183 law states that when you're running an external API, which is Larry Chang running an external API to this book, running an external API to this book, totally legal. You could call your book What They Don't Teach You at Stanford Business School and then go through the chapters 1 through 14. Chapter 14, you actually want to go to Stanford Business School. I can do this in reverse order or forward order. Chapter 13, DDSS, dumb it down, sandbagging for success. Chapter 1, you're screwed if you do go to business school, and you're screwed if you don't. So if you want to read or write chapter 1, it's hashtag What They Don't Teach You at Stanford Business School, hashtag CH1. So that's the nomenclature, hashtag CH1. So with the Bitcoin book, the Bitcoin wave, it's hashtag CHA1, Cha1 versus Cho1. The reason I did this is so that way you can assemble any book that you would like, because I went ahead and PQRST'd it, which is what Steve Kerr often does because he's such a good mentee. Preview, question, review, summarize, test. And I know I've been talking a little too much about my buddy who did decently well on his test, PQRST test on February 7th, which he's also preparing to win on February 6th of 2022. And you can front run housing for the Super Bowl, which this is me front running Michael Saylor, and I'm also front running Michael Saylor. Tell me if this sounds familiar at all to you, with helping and outflanking and out executing Mike Arrington. He forgot to execute, so I executed a real world event for him. Is he angry as fuck that I showed him up? No. People still think that Mike did that party because Mike showed up and he just took the praise. That's what I'm about, okay? Running point guard, okay? Do you want to meet a 6'5" point guard who dribbles the ball, okay, and then shoots the ball, and then you never touch the ball? And you're like, will you share the ball with me? Will you pass? All I do is pass, okay? As a quarterback, I am passing you money, okay? Money. I'm passing you money. Just free money. Just like I picked up this baseball, okay? It was free, it was just sitting there. When I was growing up, you had to like climb over 15 people at Wrigley Field, okay? Which is why that one guy caught a baseball, because he wanted a baseball, because baseballs are valuable. And now people are like, oh, I can't believe that. You gotta fight. So I am passing you this pass. Will you accept this pass? Front run the 100K party, because let me expose something. I see a lot of Michael Saylor pictures of him being at Tyson Corner, DC fundraiser, Miami fundraising events, okay? I see a lot of those. I don't see a whole lot of execution. Can he host 3,500 people with 2,800 people being on the house and almost 1,000 people being on the boat? Has he thought about liability? Has he thought about providing alcohol near water with euphoric Bitcoin people who it only takes 10 coins to make a fiat millionaire at a 100K party? Some people will be first-time millionaires. That's not good, okay? My mentor told me that when you become a multi-millionaire, there's actually danger on the other side of it, which is why I aced everything on the other side before my junior year in college. Checklist check, playbook plays. This is how to make sure to not get screwed and to not lose millions. Although I actually did sort of lose millions, but it's good because I don't spend any money, so lifestyle never changed, okay? No stress. Sometimes I get stressed, listen to Clubhouse people just spew Clubhouse. So front run the execution on Michael Saylor's book that he's not writing, and then a party of which details have not yet been released. Guess what? This body, okay, of work that is now 2 buttons, and be scared when I go all the way up to the top, because then I will be inaccessible to you. 5 buttons now, down to 2. You're gonna wish that you got coverage. You're going to wish that you executed, or at least put pen to paper, so you can execute the book with me, because I've already written the outline, okay? I actually showed the outline. Why have you not put pen to paper? You can also execute the 100K party. This is what will happen when you execute something for a person like Emily Chang. They will actually M&A your execution. And M&A stands for merger and acquisition, your solution. Maybe you've never sold a decrepit piece of turd business like Mark Hendrickson after it died because you left and then you went home to cry, and then Larry Chang rushed in and sold your business for you by DJing in how many protocols? 11. Plancast. You wrote the postmortem. You wrote the postmortem, and somebody executed for you, right? Somebody executed for you. Sorry, that one was too fast. Somebody executed for you, right? By selling that company to ActiveNet, by selling the company before you sell the company. PQRST, preview question review summarized test. How do you think Steve Kerr did so well by only starting 33 games out of 900? True story. That isn't a private conversation by and between my friend who Tim Chang's wife's friend's wife said, hey, meet Steve Kerr. Like, that's not told to me in that private conversation at that Silicon Valley party way before, when he used to just live in San Diego. Okay, this is like way back in the day, like when he had only retired from the league 20 years. And then I tell Tim Chang this, and he's like, I didn't introduce you to Steve Kerr. I'm like, yeah, your wife did. Your wife went to the University of Arizona, and then your wife's friend is friends with Kerr's wife, because they all went to University of Arizona together. I almost said University of Illinois. Just rolls off the tongue. Stanford University baseball. And Steve Kerr, that's where I met him. And then I thanked Tim Chang, and he's like, WTF, what are you talking about? And then I always have to go through the derivation, and then he always goes, huh, every time. So that's what's funny about tagging him via Gmail alerts per the YouTube API, closed captioning automatic. Tim Chang, you got mentioned. Mike Arrington, you got mentioned. Ray Dalio, you got mentioned. Mike Arrington, you got mentioned. Ditto Mark Cuban, okay? He's a Facebook friend too, and a real world friend, and I front ran his execution in Indianapolis, 2012 maybe, dead of winter. He forgot to host his own Shark Tank watching party. I called up Don Shula, rest in peace, who was like, yeah, Larry, you should definitely come to my steakhouse. And yes, you can bring your stupid little CS major friends. I don't even know what you do, okay? But thank you for the money, Mr. Chang, Mr. Shula. I appreciate you. And that's how Mark Cuban met Don Shula. I took the picture. You know how I took the picture? I said, Mr. Cuban, can I grab you for a picture with Don Shula? And he's like, yeah, thank you, Larry, thank you. And he says, will you send it to me? I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah, because I executed your party for you, and you're gonna come to whatever thing that I asked you to come to, because whatever I'm asking you to come to, okay, it's good for you. And he's like, yeah, I know. That's why I added you as a Facebook friend. True story. The Bitcoin wave. If you guys have questions about it, Chris Larson, if you have questions about it, Brad Garlinghouse, if you have questions about it, Mark Cuban, or anybody, I'll answer them for you, because remember, we are all Satoshi Nakamoto. Chapter 10. Chapter 11 is the sexy chapter, and that's a bibliography, because the Bitcoin wave, shoot, the mobile wave. See, I'm getting them mixed up because it feels like they're both my book. The mobile wave actually lacks a bibliography. I know, cite and source, and Saylor's great at citing and sourcing. Origin stories. It's not name dropping, it's origin stories. So he's great. And he also left off the bibliography. You can front run his bibliography. It's a New York Times bestseller, so then you can be no name loser, comma, bibliography executor, aka a freaking book report. And if you can rip an API, just connect up that YouTube algorithm, because the YouTube API, okay, it free. You don't have to be friends with Chad Hurley, okay, who's awesome, who I last saw at an AMC with his kid, and I was with my dog. And AMC is the next Plancast that I'm doing a shitcorp turnaround on. I'm the VC you call when other VCs fire you or leave you, or you quit on yourself. We do not quit. We do not quit. We do not quit on ourselves. We do not quit on ourselves. I'm on Clubhouse right now, doing a one-way record. You don't need permission to record one half of the conversation. And then you ask people for that permission. That's the Bitcoin wave. I don't need to ask for permission. At Satoshi, we are just running an external API to the shitcoin known as the Euro. It sucks.